Here's your forecast from the First Alert Weather Team.
Coming into the First Alert Forecast Center on yet another dry April day. We have mostly dry days to fill up the April rain calendar. And if I had to bet, I'd say these last two squares are going to go in dry. So we'll have the monthly tally rest for ILM officially at 2.27 inches. We'll be hunting for some needed rain chances in early May, and we'll find some toasty temperatures as we get into May as well. Kind of trending that way for these final couple of days of April. Your forecast for the rest of today shows breezes assuming more of a southerly component, and so that gets some traction to the temperatures 70s, even a few 80s mixing on the mainland. Southerly breezes maintaining mild air tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if a few 50s mix in, but for the most part we'll have 60s overnight, and tomorrow that just leaves more of an inside track to get toward the 80s and rather deeply into the 80s on the mainland. So I want to show you more of a town-by-town look of this progression. If we don't have rain chances, we can kind of focus on these first and foremost. Southeasterly breezes at 4 p.m. Middle and upper 70s making total sense along the intracoastal waterway. There's your slice of 80s. Now let's go forward into this evening and overnight tonight. To my earlier point, can't rule out some 50s, but for the most part, sun's coming up tomorrow. It's going to be a balmier feel in the lower and middle 60s. And you notice we have southwesterly winds in the forecast for tomorrow afternoon, and the model bears that out. And that just gives temps just a little more reason to perk up. We have some very deep 80s on the mainland and far inland areas, and even the beaches. Not hating life if you like warm weather right next to the water. We've got 70s to near 80 for even the beach strands. Same time frame. Let's take you hour by hour a second way with this Cape Fear and Carolina cloud and future radar model. We're not going to be a million miles away from some shower and storm coverage, but it's going to have trouble dipping in from the northern and western North Carolina. Maybe a few thirsty gardens capitalizing over the next 24, but it's going to be a tall order here. So let's get you outside. Back to the here and now conversation. Nice look, huh? That's Carolina Beach, the tropical on the boardwalk view, part of your Easy Pro Express First Alert Skycam network. Over to the Murchison building in downtown Wilmington, sun and fair weather cumulus clouds at 75 degrees among the stats from ILM Airport here in the lunch hour. That's with a already southeast breeze flow. Get those southwesterlies, Kim, to close April and start May. So the 80s train continues. Little bit of a rollback as the weekend progresses with some rain chances. Fingers crossed. Back to you.